Good afternoon and welcome, everyone. Uh, it's just Pamela. That's me. And like I said, welcome to my channel. And today I wanted to talk about what I did on the weekend, something that I haven't done for a little bit. Just going to take off my glasses because I don't like the reflection of my glasses. Anyway, so one of the things that I did this weekend, I went to a house, not a house auction. It was sort of like an estate auction. And basically, the auctioneer um, had some items from three different homes, three different estates. And he was auctioning them off. And of course, I can tell you about some of the procedure for auctions. One of the things that I I usually do is I look at different auction sites to know what auctions are happening locally to me. Um, there's quite a few auction houses in southern Ontario, and you will find that there are many auction houses in many communities, and that is even worldwide. I know there's a lot down in the States and over in Europe. So I like to keep up on what's going on, and sometimes at the auctions there are sometimes very interesting items, things that I collect. I like carnival glass. I do like some depression glass. I actually quite like quite a bit of it, but you can't collect everything. So I stick to the items that I do like, and those are the ones that I do try to acquire as much as possible. So this week, there was going to be an auction, and I decided I had to be there because they had an item that I like to collect. So I decided I had to be there. And I don't know how many of you have been to auctions, live auctions, and bidding. So what I did do, one of the things is you have to know what your limits are. Somebody could be bidding against you, and you have to know when you are going to stop, because somebody's going to win the item and somebody's not going to win the item. And I, I as a person, like to win the item, but there are limits in where I'm going to back out. And you know what? It wasn't meant to be. You cannot have everything. Not everybody's meant to have everything. And unfortunately, this is one of those cases where there's a winner, there's a loser. I've lost out on many items because I was not willing to bid the extra cost. You know what? I got to what I could afford. And then, you know what? The other person wins. I'm the loser. But it's okay. And some people like to say, there are no friends at an auction. And so anyway, let me show you some of the things that I did get. Maybe I'll tell you a little bit about some of the type of things. At these auctions, sometimes there's lots of different interesting items. There could be like literally anything. Lots of pictures, jewelry, silver. There's pottery, furniture, sometimes cars. Sometimes the auction is a house. Um, a lot of glasswares of all types, games, you name it, it could be auctioned. Linen. People collect so many different things. I have friends that collect literally Mickey Mouse, and they collect a lot of it. And it's quite exciting. I mean, sometimes I see an auction where Mickey Mouse stuff is going to be happening, and I call that friend and I say, listen, there's going to be an auction next week. They've got this Mickey Mouse and this Mickey Mouse, and guess what? They want to go and check it out and possibly get an item. And they do the same thing with me because there are things that I do collect. I do collect some Barbie stuff, um, Mattel Barbie stuff. I collect Susie Cooper, and I collect carnival glass. And I mean, it takes time to build up your collection, no matter what it is. Um, Actually, I've seen on YouTube, there are a lot of people who collect many different types of things. And you always have to remember you bid what you can afford. At the end of the day, you've got to pay for your item before you leave, and you've got to take it away that usually that day or have it delivered. Um, so most of the auctions you go to, you need to bring some sort of ID. You register in, and then you take a look around, which usually there's about an hour, sometimes an hour and a half that you can spend looking around at your different items to see if there is anything there that you do like. Um, this is where you get a little up close and personal, inspect the item. Maybe you might want to talk to the auctioneer, ask a few questions. This is where you want to know, okay, is that item really the one that you really want to bid on, or is there a lot of items you want to bid on? Usually, I usually take a pen and paper with me. Some of the items may be numbered, you know, 1 through maybe 300. Sometimes it's 1 through 500. It just depends on how many items they have. Some At some auctions, they're not even numbered. They pick up each item, and they auction that item as they go. Um, oh, hold on for a second. Oh, it's out. Sorry, my bad habits. So anyway, you go in, you register, you have some sense of ID that you register with, and sometimes you can put your name on an email list and they can email you when the next auction that they're going to hold. And a lot of the auction houses now have Facebook pages, as well as you can go to their website or auction listing sites that list what auctions are happening in and around your area. Some auctions you can do online, and sometimes it's a combination of people that are online with people that are present at the location. So one of the things, like I said, that I look for is my favorite stuff. I collect my Susie Cooper pottery, a little bit of depression glass, carnival glass, and I usually look to see if there are any of that stuff at the auctions, because I'm actually trying to cut down a bit, but I'm always up to get something that I really, really, really like. And so this one I was excited to go to because they had some Susie Cooper pottery, and they had some Canadian Pyrex, which I had to get. So I'm going to show you one of the items that I won at the auction. And this is a plate. It is green. You can tell, hopefully you can tell that this is green. It's a nice color. And the design on it, I don't know if you can see the design. It is really spectacular. Like I said, depression glass in a green tone. Well, green color. And I don't know, I just really love it. And it's a really large size. It's bigger, I would say it's bigger than a dinner plate. So if you can see that design in the middle. It is smooth on the inside, but on the back side you can feel the design. As you can hear it with the sound. It's pretty cool. So that was one of the items that I did get. The other item that I also got was this other plate. It's in sort of like a cremex blue, sometimes known as Delphite. It's so pretty. It's Canadian Pyrex, made by Dominion Glass. I hope I'm correct. Somebody might want to correct me if you know a little bit more than I do. But it's gorgeous. And I have many more pieces that actually go with this. I have cups and saucers and some bowls and stuff. So that'll be a nice little addition to that. And if I get tired of it, I will sell it. So here are the other items I got. I also won at auction. Susie Cooper. Teacups and saucers. Nosegay pattern. So pretty. And if you look on the inside, you see the green color. It's so pretty. And with the saucer, you see the pattern continues over with the saucer there. And the signature. Isn't that lovely? So that I got. And I will eventually find a place to put these along with my other Susie Cooper items. This is another Susie Cooper teacup and saucer. And this one should be the green leaf. I don't know if it's green leaf. I think it's more like a feather. But anyway. But it's pretty design with the rust color on the inside. And as you can see here, we have the design there as well. We have the signature. Isn't it cute? Signature. And we have the other signature here for Susie Cooper. She has a few different signatures, and there are reference books that let you know more about when she used her signatures. She kind of interchanged some of them throughout the time, so it's not always strictly to a certain year. There are most of the signatures that you do see, like these two, are not really confined to a certain year. Maybe in one of my other videos, I will tell you a little bit more history about Susie Cooper. Now, we have one other Susie Cooper. One other Susie Cooper. This one is Tiger Lily. It's so pretty. And with the signature on it. On the back of this cup is also a little design as well. That is so pretty. And the signature. Some of the dishes will have signatures on them. And then, of course, the, that green, kind of bluey green color on the inside. It's so pretty. And here is the saucer. The tiger lilies in the middle. Beautiful. And that same coloring around it in the band. And we have the signature on the bottom. Let's see, just trying to get it in so you can see it. Yes, that's so pretty. Yes. Yes, so that's what I got this weekend at auction. It was a lot of fun. I didn't stay for the whole auction. I used to always stay for the full auction. Sometimes, you start your day very early on a Saturday. You're up and out of the house by 7 o'clock. You drive an hour, you drive 2 hours. Sometimes you drive 5 minutes away. It all depends because a lot of times you like to get there early with enough time, like I said, to do the preview, to check out the items, to know exactly um, what it is that you want to bid on. Sometimes you don't even want to bid on anything. Sometimes you just want to watch the auction. And people are more than welcome to watch the auction. I always register because you just never know. Because even sometimes you're not planning on bidding and then you do bid. Um, the other thing is, too, um, with the auctions, you sometimes can be there all day, which I have, where I've gotten home 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. But that hasn't been too much lately. I've pretty much gone, um, checked out my items, and when they come up, I either win them or I don't, and then I kind of go home. And it depends. Sometimes there are items that are interesting at the auction, and you just want to see what is it going to go for. It's pretty exciting, actually. Um, I actually really, really love it. Now, some other items that I've gotten at auction, I like Pyrex. It's a little trendy, and it was a little bit more trendy a couple years ago, but I still like Pyrex no matter what. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that are Pyrex. This is called the butter print. It's quite popular, and it's pretty much goes back to 19. I think they made it 1957 through to about 1962 or 1964. That's when they made this. This is like a square pan. Oof. I I collect these because my kitchen is like this color, so it's very nice. I really like it. It's square, and it has the number reference numbers on the back, which is a 5503 and the Pyrex mark. I don't even know if you can see that. You can slightly see that, just slightly. I think what I'm going to do is maybe start to show you some of the different patterns and colors you can get in Pyrex. Now, also from Butterprint, they have mixing bowls. This is one of their mixing bowls, and this is a small, I guess, round mixing bowl, number 402, because they had certain molds that they used. But as you see, the butter print, it's in the turquoise. It also comes in the pink. And I think there's a couple, I think there was a yellow, but I'll find out for you. The yellow would be extremely rare, but this is beautiful. For the mixing bowl set, there are 3 sizes. So, like I said, this one is the 402, and then there's 2 bigger ones, and they are able to stack inside one another so you can put them in your cupboard. As you can see, I really like the butter print in that blue, turquoise blue. And with this one, there is a lid to go with it that would fit on top. Okay, which I didn't get when I acquired this one. I did not acquire the lid with it. But I have other lids that go in Pyrex that I could also use with it. And I always get another one at auction. Okay. And also in butter print, we have another type. This one is called the Cinderella bowl. I'm not exactly sure for the name choice, but you'll know those because they have that little edge here, which enables you to hold. And then you have this other edge because you can actually hold and pour, hold and pour. And it's in a butter print. Look at that beautiful design. And it's in turquoise. This one, I believe, comes in another set of 3. This is the smallest one, and then they have the much bigger ones. So I know that a lot of people highly sought after this pattern. And like I said, it does come in the pink, and I believe there's a rare yellow that it comes in. Absolutely gorgeous. So those are some of my newest items and what I got at auction. If you do go to auctions, let me know about your auctions that you go to. Do you go to many auctions? I know Pennsylvania is really popular for having auctions and has you can get a lot of vintage and antique stuff. The other place that I found that had a lot of nice antiques and vintage stuff was in England, and also New Orleans. I know I've seen lots of lovely stuff there. But here in Southern Ontario, we have a lot of nice stuff as well. And hopefully, I'll be able to go off to another auction and pick up some really cool stuff that I'll be able to show you here. Let's see. Do I have? Oh, I have another piece of not carnival glass. This is depression glass, and it's green color, oval bowl. Isn't that pretty? This one, I believe, is the point setup pattern. I can always be corrected, so if you know better, just put it in the comments below. What I like about this is that you can feel the design on the outside and on the inside. It is smooth. This glass, it is smooth, but it's almost like it's sort of like a shaped glass, almost like a swirl that you can't really see. It's one of those items that you actually have to feel it up close. And one of the things, if you notice, I'm running my hands all around the edges And that's because um, that's one of the things that I do when I go to auction. It lets me know if there's any blemishes on the items, on the edges, because sometimes there's little nicks and you don't notice them until you feel it. Yeah, so neat. And if you can see, sort of like the design, you can see how the design is. Isn't it gorgeous? I just love these pretty items. Now, uh, so I believe I will leave it there with you for today. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and join me again Tuesday afternoons when I go live. And click the subscribe button, ring the bell, and that way you'll know whenever I post more videos. And thank you for joining me today.